Hello, Barmy Badger Army.
Hey, Badger Army.
Today we're going to be talking about Flatshare, a new exciting series that Nick cameoed in the other day. And of course we're going to talk about St. Patrick's Day. So Nick, tell us all about this Flatshare video that you featured in.
Flatshare is a new 4-part series based in Peckham about four people who end up sharing a flat together.
Yeah.
And it gets a little bit complicated.
Okay.
Because two of them are best friends.
Right, okay, I get
two
you.
of them used to date.
Right.
And renting in London isn't the easiest of things anyway.
I'm guessing they channeled the spirit of Del Boy and shows like Not Going Out and things like that.
There's a little bit of that. It's the cool thing about it is it's a very good diverse cast.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Run me through that.
There's a lot of LGBT themes.
Cool. Okay.
And there's one of the flat sharers is an anti-gentrification protester. So there's a lot about that as well.
Run me through what that means, just in case the audience don't know.
Land being built up and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Built up areas.
Right, got you. Yeah,
so there's lots about that. It covers a lot of very contemporary themes in a good, light-hearted manner.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
I make a cameo in episode 2, where the lead character Omar is trying to find himself.
Okay.
And he ends up at one of these slightly dodgy groups.
Okay.
So
okay,
yeah.
Tell us more. Come on, you've gone down the rabbit hole, Nick.
There's lots kind of this sort of stuff is
right.
involved.
Okay, I've got you. Massages.
And banging a gong.
Oh,
and
right.
There's a lot of that. It's
okay. Sounds really funny.
But yeah, it's been a while in the making. It's one of these like completely independently produced series, and it was a year ago that that I worked with them, and
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they can be a long time. Sometimes they can be a long time coming. People underestimate, how much goes behind making a series.
This is true. Yeah.
I mean, another series that I was involved in. This was, I think was it last year? No, it might have been 2 years ago actually.
Really? Okay.
It's just come out on Vimeo on Demand and Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's called Relationship.
Okay. Right. I got you.
It's really interesting because one of the lead actors, she actually appeared in, I think it was Rogue One as Princess Leia.
Really? So that's like quite famous then.
Yeah. So this is kind of like what she did like just before getting the role getting before the Star Wars role.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah.
So yes, and there's a really the director of Relationship, Ivy Jelisovac, who I've interviewed on the radio. Brilliant lady chat to. Look her up online, and because she's done a couple of really good articles about making your own series on no budget.
Really?
Now, which I think lots of people have a bit of an interest in, but don't know where to start. So there's some really good. She's written some really good articles online. I'll see if I can link to some in the comments.
I mean, we have been so lucky with this on the bench stuff that we do it on the fly and we research and we have fun with it so much. But I mean, we're so lucky that we got this gelled. I think, if we hadn't, it would have been painful. But, On the Bench has been going for quite a long time now, hasn't it?
It's just over a year now, yeah. We were doing we did some lots of live streams together.
That's right.
And then it was, I think at the beginning of last year that On the Bench became the regular fixture that you all know and love now.
Most definitely, yeah.
And yeah, it's great for people to kind of like use YouTube, Vimeo, things like that as a real force for good, because of course, I mean, over the weekend we won't go into too much detail about this, but some awful videos were circulating relating to the terrible events in New Zealand, and it got us thinking about what we can do as YouTubers.
That's right, yeah.
And all that we can really do is, if things like that appear in your feed, report it.
Most definitely, yeah. If there's anything violent or inappropriate coming up in your feed, report it, make sure people know about it.
Yeah.
And of course our hearts go out to the Love Island Towie star that unfortunately took his life the other day, which is really
Mike
sad.
as well. Yeah, that was That was really sad. It's something that we haven't really had the chance to look too much into. There's lots of speculation flying about it. Maybe we'll have to make a future video about that.
Most definitely. We won't talk about it too much because we don't really know too much about it. But our hearts go out to the family. And let's talk about St. Patrick's Day, Nick, while we've got a chance.
St. Patrick's Day, otherwise known as the day where everyone takes advantage of their vague Irish roots somewhere.
It was a Sunday. If you go out and get bladdered on a Sunday, you're insane.
Yeah, it's like St. Patrick's Day. Everyone uses it as an opportunity to drink Guinness. Controversial opinion. I'm not actually a fan of Guinness.
Now, short story, quick. First time I ever tried Guinness was at college, and I think his name was Mark, actually, an old friend of mine, and he went to me, "Try this, Jeff," not knowing. I just thought it was like an alcoholic Coke, you know, because of the
Because it does look a bit like
it does look like an alcoholic Coke. So I drank it down, and I was like, and I won't tell you what happened afterwards, but Guinness is definitely an acquired taste.
Yes.
I've grown to like it now, but the first few times was not pretty. Let's just go into that.
No.
Just say that.
So, yeah, its old motto was, of course, Guinness for strength.
That's right, yeah. I mean, it does have all the vitamins and all the business in it. Apparently now they're doing a clear Guinness, which I don't know too much about, but that's apparently a thing. I don't know too much about that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe that was some sort of April Fool's Day joke thing. I don't know. But let me know in the comments. But yes, so so tell us a little bit more about your experiences on a St. Paddy's Day then, Nick.
Well, not much. I have at least one Irish American friend over in the US.
Yes,
who's
yeah.
always posting about stuff about how it's St. Paddy's Day, not St. Patty's Day.
Oh, okay. I'm not too sure about that. I mean, there are some relatives in the Badger community family who obviously are Irish and things like that, and there's quite a lot of the viewers that are Irish as well, so thank you guys. But yeah, so it's just one of these things. If you had a really good St. Patrick's Day, let us know about your experiences in the comments, because I tell you what, I bet it was fun. I was out doing some other bits and pieces, which was a bit of a sad day for me, but it was the anniversary of my dad's death, which I won't go too much into, but I went to sort of celebrate and remember him on St. Patrick's Day. So let me know what you guys did in the comments.
I went to the gym.
We went to the gym, of course you did.
Because yeah, you know, I didn't drink any Guinness for strength though. I did it via other means that means you can get out of bed on a Monday without being hungover. Well,
exactly.
So,
one thing I did want to talk about quick, obviously we talk about Dave Batista a fair bit on the show.
We do.
Him being the muscle-bound genetic freak he is. But he's also now returned back to Raw. So I don't know if you knew about this, but he's actually returned back to wrestling, Nick, for a brief thing where he's going to do a program with Triple H. He beat Ric Flair to a pulp on his 70th birthday to send a message to Triple H, and there's going to be a big matchup in Wrestlemania. Batista, the film star, versus Triple H, the grizzled wrestling veteran.
How on earth did Ric Flair manage to get someone to throttle him on his 70th birthday?
Well, they did a special Raw episode where they celebrated the life of Ric Flair and things like that, and obviously Charlotte Flair's big in wrestling at the moment now, like his daughter.
Yeah.
She's big in there, so they did a big celebration for his birthday, and then obviously Batista's beat him up, you know, obviously beat him up in the dressing room, and obviously that carries on the storyline. But it's great that they've done this, and I think it's really good that Batista's managed to, of course, sign a deal with WWE, even if it's just a short-term one, to bring him back in.
To be honest with you, I think he's going to be associated with Raw and WWE till the end.
Till the end, yeah, you know? Most definitely, and I think that's what he wants to do.
Lots of people still associate The Rock with it as well. They're probably half expecting him to turn up there at some point.
He does every now and again,
he does.
You know. Yeah, he does every now and again.
Just in between films.
Most definitely. But yeah, I think it's great that Batista's managed to iron out a deal with the company and come back even for a short time, because he was a very iconic wrestler with Evolution, and it was really good to see him back. One last run with the company.
And he's taking advantage of it while he can. I mean, the guy's what his late 40s now?
He must be,
like
yeah.
That?
So he wants to go out on the top. This is him thinking that he's got enough gas in the tank for one more match, one more proper good match. So it's going to be great.
They always say one more.
One more match, exactly. And of course, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is now back on, so no doubt he'll be in that. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that happen as well. Anything you'd like to add, Nick, before we go?
Well, if any people who really celebrated St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, let us know how often you say top of the morning to you.
Indeed,
because apparently Irish people don't actually say that.
I've never heard anyone ever say that ever.
No.
Also, guys, on a quick note, you know, Johnny Rotten also added to this the other day, and I would like to say a bit more of a word on this. But if you guys ever feel down, if you feel that you're at your lowest ebb, talk to someone. Yes. Because of after all this stuff with Keith Flint the other week and all these things that have been happening in the media, if you feel down, talk to someone. Reach out, talk to someone. It will make you feel better.
There is someone you can talk to, and there is someone who will do their best to understand you.
Most definitely. So when in doubt, have a chat with someone. It will make you feel better. Do not hide away any problems. And that's probably the easiest and the nicest way to say it. But yeah, make sure you look after yourselves, guys, and we will see you next time. Bye for now, Barmy Badger Army.
Bye for now.
See you later.